Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the best damn critic in the universe. This is episode 16, and I will be reviewing John Wick Chapter 2. And as they say, John Wick is a bad man, all black, one gun man. So, before I start, I want to apologize for not having a video last week. I've just been super busy. I'm not going to go into it, but I've just been super busy, and I know I usually post on Sunday or Monday, but as you can tell from my voice, I was sick and I'm still a little sick, but I feel a lot better in case you were wondering. And finally, happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies, men, and single people out there. If you don't have a Valentine, just love yourself. How about that? So, let's get on to it. John Wick 2 is the story of John Wick, and he is supposed to be retired, left all that behind him. They even have a cool little intro where he makes peace with his past. So that's what it's supposed to be. And remember, and if you've seen the first one, and if you haven't, either way, he did an impossible task get to get out of the mob that he was in, and someone helped him do this, and this certain someone now needs a favor from him, and he's sort of forced into the situation through a variety of means. So let's get into characters. Now, characters, obviously, John Wick is played by Keanu Reeves, and ever since and I think he did a good job. Ever since The Matrix, this has been a good role for him. He tried to find his way in some other different weird roles that didn't work out, and half of that had to do with the fact that he doesn't have a good emotional wheelhouse. He's one of those actors, he's a good actor. He can move fluidly, but he is really only meant for sort of those cold, emotionless roles like Keanu Reeves or Neo, some sort of badass gunman like John Wick or Neo. So really like he fit this role well because he didn't have to show a lot of emotion. And some of the parts he does have to show emotion, which were a little cringeworthy, to be completely honest. But other than those small moments, he did a very good job as John Wick. He was a cold, calculating killer. He sort of, you could think, oh, he was monotone the whole time. But even in the worst situations, he was kind of just like, he was still a badass. And his voice never quivered, and sort of like, it built up his legend as a badass. So I liked him in this role. Now, the antagonist is Santino D'Antonio, and he is like the co-boss of the Camorra with his sister. And he is the guy that needs the favor from John Wick, who helped him get out of the mob in the first place with the undoable task that the Russians had him do. Excuse me. So, he plays this role well. He's not a big, tough guy, blah, blah, blah. He's got plenty of henchmen for that. He's good because he's someone you really will learn to hate. I'm not going to, give things away, but you will really love to hate this guy. He does a great job at getting you to hate him, kind of like Ramsay in Game of Thrones. You just loved to hate him, and he does this in the exact same way. He's played by Ricardo Scamarcio, and he just does a great job. An unknown actor, but he does a great job. He's obviously an Italian actor. The accent's on point, and nothing bad I can really say about him. Now, Ruby Rose, which is obviously for some reason, I don't know why, but some reason she's a she is a well-known celebrity, and she plays as Santino's main bodyguard sort of person. And her name is Eris, and she does a good job. I mean, you can't get much out of her acting because she doesn't talk. She's a mute, so she does, sign language. And this is a good idea for those who aren't really that like that used to acting in big movies or big parts. So she did an okay job. She looked the part. She looked like a bad chick who could hurt you, and she had some cool fight scenes, some cool gun battles. She did fine. I mean, like I said, you couldn't get much out of her acting. So we also have Common, who plays Cassian, who is Santino's sister's main bodyguard, and he has a role to play throughout the film. up until up until a certain point, let's just say. And then what I really liked is we had Lawrence Fishburne. Now, Lawrence Fishburne played this like the king of the beggars pretty much in New York. And I really enjoyed his presence there. He was only there for two or three, scenes, but the obvious connection with him and, Keanu Reeves, Neo, Morpheus, it brought back a lot of nostalgia, which I appreciated from the developers, the directors, the producers, whoever got him to do this. I full heartedly appreciate it. He did a fine job, like he was only in a couple scenes, so I'm not going to comment on his acting, but I will say the nostalgia was definitely there. I loved it. I loved it a lot. So let's get into stories. Now, the story, I mean, this is John Wick. It's not going to be an intricate tale of this and, constantly changing plots. I will say one thing about the story, though. It was a lot better and more intricate than the last movie. I mean, the last movie was like, oh my God, really? Like, it's about, your dog getting killed. I mean, I understand it was the last straw sort of situation, but still, it would have been better if his wife would have died by them instead of his dog. So, pretty much, like I said, the story was a little more intricate than before. And what I like is if you notice in the first one, as you do in the second one, the underworld is sort of like this secret society, and they build more on this, where they have laws and codes and the Continental. I really like how they developed the background of the story while the story was in progress. I loved that aspect. It was great that they did that. And it wasn't slow at all. Like the first 30 minutes were awesome. Then there was like 30 minutes of lull and him like, him finding out he has to do this thing and him getting equipped for the mission, and then it just goes to 1,000, not even 100. It goes to 1,000. I mean, I loved the story. Had a lot of good action scenes. He must have killed 300 people. It was great. And the story was so fast paced. I loved it. Not fast enough to where he got left behind. And like I said, the background of the underworld was great. They had a great, rich background of the underworld behind it. I loved it. Now let's get on to like production value and camera angles. They were good. They were good. They had some good like overhead views when he was killing people, some behind the back views, some downside views. It was good. It was good. Suits were nice and on point. Everything looked like it was very well funded. So bravo again. Good production value. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. The characters are good. I liked the intricate backdrop of the criminal underworld as its own world behind the real world, which was freaking great. It kind of reminded me of the Matrix a little bit, and the production value was good, so I liked it. So 8 out of 10 is my final review. So before you leave, please, please, please share this video. I want to spread the word of the best damn critic in the universe. Let them know who it is. Put some respect on the name. And please, please, please follow all my social media on Facebook, Instagram, and this YouTube channel. It's all the best damn critic in the universe. And the Instagram, it's all one word, the best damn critic in the universe. And when you follow me on Instagram, put me on your post notifications so you know when I post. I will be posting whenever I post a new review, I post a movie poster just to show you. So this is the best damn critic in the universe, signing off. Thanks for watching, and happy Valentine's Day.